Hello all, Onigato here for Oni in the Garden, and we're going to start over here in well, it's kind of the blasted zone. So you can see the aloes, they're doing pretty well, they don't really mind too much, but we've had nothing but 90s for the last 2 weeks. So some of these plants are starting to die off a little bit. This, whatever this is starting to die, along with 90% of what's in there. They're just not getting enough water. I think I need to move. If I move the pot, they'll probably be doing okay. The asparagus is doing its thing. I don't think the one frond is doing really well, but the other one is doing just fine. So it keeps getting watered on regular enough of a basis. So it's doing okay. The air plant is whatever. These two are whatever. The beets, though, are doing really, really well. They do like the I water the garden and then I let the hose drain into that for the next 2 days. So that's doing really good. The lemongrass right here is actually doing a lot better than I thought it would, given how bad it looked when I first got it. Indian paintbrush is giving me another flush of flowers, which is kind of impressive. The green bean that's underneath there, it's got a couple that I should probably harvest off of it, but otherwise, whatever. A couple of beans that are actually larger than the plants themselves. These blood beets are not doing really well. They're probably getting overcooked. And I just need to move that pot. Over here, the tomato plant. Big. Not much in the way of fruit, but the plant itself is looking nice and healthy and big. I mean, if I pan up here, you can just see it's going all the way up to the top of the cover. So yeah, it's big. It's very, very big. Down here, watermelons, right down there, are actually doing pretty well. It looks like they're getting enough shade to keep them going, which is better than I can say for the radishes. You skip 1 day of watering, and they all look like they've just been hammered. We'll come around to those. This tomato knocked over its cage, so I have now tied it up. I'm not worried about it dropping this way, just that it's going to drop that way, because it will drop that way. Give it a chance. In here, the pumpkin has escaped. It's going everywhere. And I do mean everywhere. Yeah, it's trying to put on some serious growth, which is to be expected. It's a freaking pumpkin. So, I am seeing some leaves with serious signs of heat damage, which is also to be expected here in Central Texas. I am also seeing sign of borer down near the roots, down near the root stem. So let me see if I can pull this back and show you that. Maybe another angle. Here we are. You kind of see it right there. That looks like damage done by squash borer. Basically, the squash borer bores into the flesh and then just kills off the plant. The small, the heritage, is here, and it's finally starting to get some significant height on it. Most of this is just the one cucumber plant, and seriously, it is doing really well. Now, if I could just get some of these flowers to go actually, pollinate, because that would be, all right, there, it would be very nice to turn into an actual, cucumber. My brain just doesn't want to talk right now. The trellis of the pumpkin experiment is definitely doing something. I don't know if it's a success or if it's just a something, but it's trellised all the way over to here, and it's doing really well. Down here, let's see, the bibs finally starting to get to the point where I could think about pulling some of the leaves off, but I won't because the plants they're struggling hard enough as it is. And you can see the radishes again, they're just in bad shape. Over here, this tomato is, okay, that's just moisture, it's not a worm. This tomato, the smallest tomato, is finally starting to put on some size. I want to go ahead and start trellising it up into here and then just let it trellis. The pepper, for some reason, the pepper dropped all of its fruit. All of those pods that were looking really good just fell off. Shriveled up, died, fell off. Which annoys me to no end. So I'm not getting any fruit from the tomato yet. A lot of flowers, no fruit. I've not gotten any fruit from the pepper. It fruited and then they just died off. Annoying, very annoying. The blackberry is done producing for now. It's just too hot and it'll wilt back, but hopefully it won't actually die. The roots are pretty deep now. Backyard asparagus is doing okay. Whoop, tripping over my own 2 feet there. For all that it's, not the best looking. But, things are going along. Some things are going well, very well. I definitely have to count that as a very well, because those beets are looking brilliant and the leaves are pretty tasty. And I actually have some bulbs. If you can let's see if I can zoom in there. Yeah, you can just make out the bulb right there. There we go. So I'll get something actually, a beet out of it soon enough, in addition to the leaves. So, it's doubly good. Not much progress on the aquaponics system. Again, I need that full yard worth of gravel, but that's just a thing. It's hot. It's June. I'm going back inside because it's twilight and it's still hotter than hell out here. So, talk to y'all later.